back to Josh. Josh couldn't be with us today, unfortunately, so I'm your host, Jack White. I'll be the one stealing the show today, I guess, and pleased to welcome good friend from NCAP Georgetown Prep, Anderson Campello, renowned recording artist, a very wide array of artistic performances regarding music, and he just dropped his latest album, The Chronicles of Andrew Dingus, on Spotify. So, welcome, Anderson Campello.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for the introduction and everything. I'm excited to be here.
Great. So first, I know that you've been wanting to come on the podcast for a minute, right? And you recently released your debut album in March. So how are you pleased with that? What were you happy with that process?
Be honest, man. First of all, again, this podcast, first time doing this.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to it. But in regards to the album, be honest, once I released it, it was really cool to, hear people listening to it and stuff. But once I released it, it just got me thinking I could have made a better album. I could have made some better songs.
Okay.
It was really just more fuel.
Okay.
I wanted to do it again.
Okay.
Made me realize how much I wanted to keep doing it.
Okay. All right. Well, off of first listen, I really enjoyed it. And at the Shamrock meet, our championship meet, before her finals songs, Eleanor was blasting your song on the speaker. That was her walk-up song.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So if you had one message to your fans, not just at Prep, but everywhere else, what would it be?
One message to my fans: don't go anywhere. I'm just getting bigger. I gotta be honest. Every time I listen to my songs now, I'm obviously appreciative of them still. But every time I listen to my songs, I'm already just thinking about the next ones.
Okay.
And I received a lot of positivity and support for the album so far. So I gotta be grateful to my fans, grateful to everyone who listened, who commented, contributed. But I want to keep doing it. I was kind of considering when I was making it, maybe this being my only album. But after releasing it and just everything that comes with it, I know I'm gonna have some more music.
Well, your work ethic, as you described it so far, and your mindset in general, it really reminds me of peak artists from across the country who've shown in a multitude of genres. Do you think of guys like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem? That work ethic that you just provided us, your insight right into your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's characterized by the greats in the genres, in the music platform, in the industry. That's what you have. You have that fire, and the same can't be said for a lot of artists, right? Mainstream artists. So you have an edge that a lot of mainstream artists don't have, is that fire to create better sounds, because you put out this really great effort. And your debut, right? So obviously it's not going to be the best thing you ever put out, but it's a fantastic effort. And here you are, about a tease actually, and we'll get into this a little bit later. Your new project, but you saw what you did in your debut, and you were like, "No, I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna run it back better." And props to you for that. You put out a great effort, and you want to put out an even better effort for the fans. And I, for one, say I want to hear some more 808s. And actually, this is going to lead me to my next question: is it possible for me to get on the next song? Because I have a lot of rhymes.
Let me just answer that. Hell yeah, it's possible for you to get on the next song. That would be fire.
Let's go. Okay.
Luke and Lachlan. That's how we did it. They said, "Hey, I'm down to do it." I was like, "It's more about the amount of commitment you're able to put in. If you're really willing to go to a studio and not just go in there and mumble, goof around. If you're willing to hit a studio and actually work, say the lines over and over again. That's something people don't realize.
Yeah.
Every single line that I said in there, I had to say 10 times that didn't make the cut. But if you're willing to do that, I know you got rhymes. I know you got
no, I'm willing to do it. I swear, man. I've been aspiring for something like this. Obviously, as a side hobby, but Obviously, I have the podcast right now, but like getting in the studio, like I'm dedicated. Like if you have me on a song, I'll make sure it's the best effort you get from me. Like it's no half-ass effort, you know. I'm going in there, I'm staying as long as I need to, and I'm putting the right product. So you can count on that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm already excited, bro.
There you go. Just let me know the next time you're in the studio. So speaking of which, you wanted to come on the podcast because you have a new single coming up, I believe. So can you tell the viewers about that?
So yeah, it's kind of multitude of projects that I've kind of been throwing around, but the one that I talked to you about it when I wanted to come on the podcast was I used a platform called Band Labs, right? And that's where I kind of mess around with like music, samples, whatever, drums. And then once I make a beat or a song, write some lyrics to it, that's when I go to the studio and my producer, which was Phil for the album, helps refines it, right?
Okay.
So I'm messing around on Band Labs.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about Band Labs is you can check out other artists, and it's not like Cardi or something.
Yeah.
It's like some guy with like 12 monthly listeners. You can check him out.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like that's pretty cool. So I'm checking out some artists. I come across this guy named Shukra Trey.
Okay.
You never heard of him. He got like 10 monthly listeners. But I'm listening to him, and I kind of liking what I'm hearing. So I sent him a DM, right? Not expecting him to reply. I mean, he's like a grown adult man. He publishes all these like things about like how he like refines his work. So like he's serious about music. That's like what he does.
Yeah.
So I sent him a DM. I was like, if you're ever interested in working, my name's Anderson. I sent him my Spotify and stuff. And the next day he replies and he's like, hell yeah, I'm down to work.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna have you hop on one of my songs.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go from being an artist to a featured artist. Now, I'm also been kind of working on some new singles, but like that's the one I was talking about when I told you earlier.
Wow. So you're gonna be a featured artist on his new song. And by the way, your monthly listener count, last I checked, it was somewhere in the a couple hundreds. So I mean, you sound like you're a nobody around here. So songs against the streams, but. I mean, so what can we expect? Are we expecting like a 21 Savage type future run on this latest single?
Hey, I mean, to be honest with you, man, I think we're gonna complement each other really well. Like part of what 21 Savage does is he complements a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's refreshing to hear his voice on the track.
Absolutely.
And Shukra Trey has a very distinct style.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you see this isn't dissing you, but sometimes if you listen to like a 5-minute song and it's just him, you can get a little repetitive.
Yeah.
You hear me come on that same song, I'm gonna be spicing it up and it's gonna make both of us better.
Yeah. Now I have to say, I am really excited for this new track. I really hope that you come with energy, like it's like you know how Lil Baby, right? He either has really great features or he completely flatlines. I'm really hoping that you take the former, right? The former route.
Yeah.
You go in there and you spit crazy because I think you got talent, and obviously you have a fire like not many other artists do. Like right now, recently that we mentioned earlier. So I'm really excited to see how that shapes up in the studio. And obviously for your next project, I'm here. I have rhymes, I have flow, I have cadence, I have everything you need. So yeah. I'm willing. But let's transition to an event that occurred at my birthday party at Topgolf. So, obviously you couldn't really golf that much because you had your wisdom teeth surgery. So obviously that happened. But you decided you were on a quest, an adventure, Don Quixote, to get a girlfriend by the end of the 2-hour party. And so therefore you added 50 girls on Snapchat quick ad. So we're going to do this like a post-game interview. What were your initial impressions of like when you first added all 50? Like what was going through your mind?
Well, really, to start, it was just adding as many as possible. The first thing that went through my mind when I had them added was like first 10 seconds after I added them, I was like already getting a little nervous, like, dang, nobody added me back. But I kind of just had to recenter myself. Think, hey, it's only been 10 seconds, Anderson. You got 2 hours here. You're going to get a girlfriend. So, that was kind of my thought process going into like the very first moments of it.
Well, I mean, we were all obviously having fun with like seeing your progress. And you mentioned earlier, and actually before that we started recording today, you were sending her a voice note on Snapchat. So how's it going with you're the first girl, I guess, that really showed interest of the 50 you had on Snapchat?
You know, is in my top 5 right now.
Top 5?
Is in my top 5. And I, we've been in communication. She was the first one to add me back.
Yeah.
Right. So she got a lot of special attention because she was the first one to add me
Absolutely.
back. But we've definitely kind of established a connection, right? And you don't know him. I was talking to my friend yesterday, right? His name is Nick Barak. He was telling me women, they're not some restaurant where you walk in, you leave a review. That's a real person. All 50 of those women that I added, those young women that I added, those are real people. And I have the utmost respect for all of them, whether they unadded me, messaging me, whatever.
All right, I'm glad you put that in there. That was well addressed. And obviously, you do have to address some allegations with a 225K snap score. What's your reaction to that? Your instantaneous reaction.
I only got one thing to say. That was before she met me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah. That was before she met me.
Okay. So I like this. It's like one of those YouTube series where it's like dating 100 girls and you narrow it down to one. Or a show like The Bachelorette or Pop the Balloon,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've seen these. So
yeah.
If you had to create your own dating show starring Anderson Campello, what would it be called and how would it work?
What would it be called and how would it work?
Yes.
Now, I don't want to do any of that like blindfolded stuff because I want to know who's bad right away. So we just got to start with that, get that out of the way. Okay. Maybe something like, like you got like Disney World, Disneyland, like we go to like a special place, like some like beachfront or whatever, and we call it like Anderson World. And all the girls come to Anderson World, and the winner is the one who takes home the prize, Anderson. So it would work probably as like an elimination.
Yeah.
But because like that would be probably like the most fun for me. And at the end of the day, I would want to have the most fun and be able to find a girl that that's not gonna like. Because a lot of those shows they break up with you after like 5 weeks after the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hey, but if you can somehow create something like that, we don't gotta go to a private island. If you can find like 10 girls and we can do a little dating show, I'm down.
All right, I'm gonna have to talk to the producer about that one. Shout out Sophic, by the way. But I mean, if that were ever to come to fruition, we would definitely cast you as the star because you definitely have the personality for a show like that to be the main character. And I'm hoping for an invite. If it ever happens, I'm hoping to an invite. I'm just there in the background. All right, transitioning to swim because obviously both members of NCAP at Georgetown Prep. So, what is like your favorite part about the team?
My favorite part about the team, there's a lot of good parts about the team. I've been swimming on NCAP since I was in bronze, but before that, I swam for a different club, ASA.
Okay.
And I don't want to diss my former club, but the differences in like team culture is something that really like stands out to me. And it's like I love how at NCAP, like we're all different, right? We all have different interests, different things that we want to get out of swimming, different, goals, expectations. But we can all come together in that space and all simultaneously, once we start that practice, we all have one goal, and that's to work hard during that practice and improve our technique. And it's just so nice to come into like a place with like-minded individuals every day. I think about how much it would suck. And I'm a guy who likes swimming, but how much it would suck to swim without people doing the next thing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you about the team culture. I've been on several teams that like a variety of cultures. And what stands out about prep compared to those other ones is how committed like everyone was like working hard every single day. And like Coach Bruce doesn't even have to push us, right? Because we push ourselves, and we all want to be great. And honestly, but like it's not even in a toxic way, Like we build each other up, we support each other. Like we don't want to see each other like swim poorly, and that's one of my favorite things. Like we can all swim fast and be happy for each other at the same time.
Exactly.
So that's my favorite part.
And there's a lot of toxic behavior in our sport. I mean, I'm sure in all sports that occurs. I just don't know because I'm only a swimmer. But not everybody is like lucky enough to have that like we do at prep. It's just really nice.
Right. So, what are your goals for this upcoming summer for swim? Where do you see yourself? And what are you hoping to accomplish?
Well, I haven't made this public announcement yet, but I've actually decided to quit summer league swimming. I don't know how familiar you are with it because you moved here from.
Well, I mean, I'm on Stonebridge.
Vegas. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been thinking about it a lot, and summer is the reason that I started doing club in the first place.
Yeah.
I loved summer when I was little, but as my commitment got bigger to winter, summer just felt like more and more of kind of like a task that I had to do, like an extra thing that I had to do. I'm a Tally Ho Fox for life.
Oh, Tally Ho!
Tally Ho, yeah.
Division A Warriors, man.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to be taking a year off and coming back to summer. But with that being said, I'm really excited for this summer season. Focus on my training. I might get a job and definitely be working on some new music.
All right, that's what I want to hear. Also, we do not condone the getting of jobs here. We are a sport podcast, so we do not support Anderson's endeavor to get a job. But seriously, congratulations!
Thank you.
It's good to be proactive, especially your summer of your freshman year. That's really when you want to start getting going. So I do have to ask you. It's been trending heavily on social media recently. I'm sure you've seen it.
Okay.
Bombardillo, Crocodilo, or Tralalero, Tralala. Do you have an opinion on this?
Well, Jack, yeah, I do have an opinion on this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And for me, I'm a little insulted, to be honest, that you even thought that this question was necessary because
why is it?
In my mind, there's only one right answer.
Okay.
If you say Jordan or Scottie Pippen, right? There's only one answer. Scottie Pippen's a great player. He's not Jordan.
Yeah.
Similarly,
okay.
Tralalero, Tralala is a great player. He's nowhere near Bombardillo, Crocodilo. And I'm a little insulted that you even had to ask. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people have different opinions. The AI voiceovers of Bernie Sanders and David Goggins always seem to agree with you. So, I mean, 3 out of 3, I'll take that. I'll take that at face value. So, I'll probably do a Crocodile. I guess we'll take the cake. So, still on the topic of social media, what is your favorite brainrot meme of all time?
Of all time.
Yeah. The one that got your juices flowing the most.
See, I got to think about it because that's such a deep question.
I know.
Right? There's so many answers that I could throw around.
That's what we do here at Game Time. That's what we do.
He's coming up with good questions, man.
Hey, man, you wanted a good podcast experience? I came here for it.
Yes, sir.
I'm not disappointing you on your special recording experience, man, especially if you're going to get me on the song.
I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go edging. And that might not be the number one take for everyone, but I got a little story.
Yeah.
So at my school last year, we would have these like presentations with the whole group.
Yeah.
The whole like class. And like it was on like, like whatever, like cyberbullying or stuff like that, like informational value. And the guy who made the presentations was talking about like internet trolls. He was referencing that. And one of the words for internet trolls, I didn't know this, was actually edgelord. Was one of the words. So he put that up and he kept talking about edgelords during the presentation. and that became kind of like the running joke in my grade. So that's why.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I actually have to say, I think my favorite is the LeBron Glaze. I think the LeBron Glaze songs, especially "The Man on the Lakers," has to be one of my favorites. And I'm really starting to warm up to this Italian brainrot thing. You know, it's a whole cinematic universe, right? It's got different branches, like we can compare it to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, right? Different timelines.
Yes.
As a musical artist, and you've already released an album, which is a lot more than most musical fans can say.
Mm-hmm.
Who was your favorite artist, and why do they inspire you?
I'm not sure if I can say this with the recent happenings
of
this particular artist.
You're gonna say Kanye?
It's Kanye.
Okay.
And it's not even close. Since I was probably 11, I started listening to Kanye. I listen to Kanye a lot.
Yeah, we're just talking about music here.
Musically.
Music.
I listen to
Strictly
musically Kanye.
Strictly music.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my number one inspiration. Okay. Nobody else is close. I don't really listen to him anymore. I listened to Eminem for a while. And every artist has a couple of great songs that you gotta get on your playlist, but Kanye has great catalogs that make up playlists.
Yeah, catalogs definitely define an artist, and separate them. And whenever you do a ranking, and I watch the NFR podcast a lot, so I see how they do a great job over there. I agree with a lot of their rankings, although mine tastes a little bit different than theirs. So.
You're a Cardi guy, right?
He's not my favorite. He's top 5. But a lot of people hate on Cardi. I just had this to say to Cardi haters. I get that, and I hate that ad-lib too. I hate it. I know. I like that one, but I hate the Sia one. I did not like Swamp Is on the album, and I did think it was too long. The album was too long, and some of the songs were repetitive. But I think we should appreciate how versatile Cardi is. I mean, I don't think. He's had 4 albums. Every single album has had a different array of beats, a different style of rap, a different voice, and different musical guests. I just think that his versatility and his strive to make different kinds of music for all different fans of his catalog. Whether you like his self-titled Playboy Cardi debut, or whether you like iMusic type beats. So I think. I give him a lot of props for being so versatile and still trying to be unique, because a lot of rappers like Baby, Lil Baby, and Gunna get stuck with all these same flows, same beats. But every time, I hear a Playboy Cardi song, it sounds different, and that's what I really appreciate it. But I say my favorite artist is definitely Polo G, and I just yeah, he's one of the most talented artists I've ever listened to, and I know people are gonna say, oh Jack, you don't have a good music taste, but no, hear me out, right? He obviously doesn't have the catalog of an all-time great.
Right.
And
not even close.
Yeah, not even close. I'll acknowledge that, and I will acknowledge that his last album was not very good. And I did not like the production. The songs were repetitive, and he did not try that hard. But when he's at his best, he can do melodic and just drill rap, just spazzing on the mic, without any auto-tune, without any help. His natural voice.
Oh, I didn't know that he wasn't using auto-tune.
No, not at all. I mean, if you ever listen to a live performance, that's his natural voice. His natural voice is him and Juice. I love their natural voice, their natural talent, and his versatility as well. I wish that he had been more creative for his most recent album, and the reason he fell off was he kind of got stuck in this mundane repetition of the same types of songs with the same beats and everything. But at his peak, he's one of my favorite rappers, and I put him number 1 because even though his new stuff hasn't been that great, just at his peak, I don't think nobody else for me touches him.
I forgot about one rapper. I don't even know if you're gonna know him. Well, you probably will, but he's an older guy.
Yeah.
The Game.
Yes.
Dude, for some reason, I listened to that man for I listen to him a little bit now, but I listened to his the documentary, his first album, and Doctor's Advocate, his second album.
Yeah.
On repeat when I was 13, 14 years old. He's not the greatest rapper in terms of catalog, But it's just sometimes you find a guy who like he might not be like the most famous, but like you just really like mess with his music over some of the more famous guys. So I kind of like understand where you're coming from with Polo G.
Well, yeah, well, massive respect to that because that's an artist that not a lot of people like. He's not like, well, he's mainstream. He's not really like, he's not Kendrick. He's not. It's not To Pimp a Butterfly. It's So with that being said, like, what is your favorite album of all time that you could put on repeat?
I'm not gonna say my own album, although like.
Oh yeah, I should have said excluding your own album, but that was a great album. I mean, if you even said it, it wouldn't even be that bad.
It wouldn't be that bad of a take.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's a lot of Kanye albums I'm considering for my favorite album.
Yeah.
I love Graduation. It's not my personally. If I had to listen to a Kanye album, it's not the one that I would always pick. Mm-hmm. It's a great album. I'm not really here to say if it's number 1 or number 2 or number 3. In my eyes, when I'm listening, it's not my favorite. So to be honest with you, man, I'm gonna pick Late Registration by Kanye, his second album. I think it's every song has its own kind of flow to it. He has some really great features on that album. And like it's got a lot of tracks too. More than an album like Graduation or Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which I actually like kind of value. So that's my pick.
Okay. I'm going to say The GOAT by Polo G, his 2020 album.
That's the one with got the BMW.
Oh, no, that came after. That was Hall of Fame. This one had Go Stupid, Martin and G.
Oh, Go Stupid. I know
Flex,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wishing for a Hero.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. And I really like it because it's interesting. Some people, like when they critique music, they sometimes critique albums for like varying too much style to style. Like it sounds more like a mixtape or a playlist. Mm-hmm. I actually value that. I like if an album does that, I really like it. But like to an extent, if it's too far, like a playlist, like all right, I'm like, all right, this didn't make the cut. Like for example, Nav's most recent album, that Playboy Cardi song, did not belong on the album at all. I mean, I love the song, but it didn't belong on the album at all. But my point is, it's the album has just enough variety and just like, flows and real stuff too, like real raps. Like this is like the deepest Polo G ever went in his bag, I feel like, for raps. And exceptional production. And a bunch of these songs did extreme numbers. And you have songs like Flex or 21 where it's low key. Flex also has that Juice WRLD verse as well. And then you get a song like Go Stupid, and it's like that's such a hype song. Yeah, so I mean, I really value that, the way he switched back and forth between more melodic and trying to like sing about his childhood and like what he's been through, and Go Stupid. It's exactly what the song title is. So for that variety, like if I have to listen to that album for the rest of my life, I would not mind it.
Do you think Polo G's ever gonna go back to that level of music?
I really hope so, because I think he's the talent, and I feel like when talent goes unnoticed, that really stinks. But in order to do that, he would have to start creating. The number one way for an artist to come back into the game for me is a feature. He'd have to be featured on a high-profile artist song, and then he would have to start making a lot more creative songs and with better production. The production's been lacking the last couple songs. So we need him to get on a feature, stop making generic tracks, and better production. And then, yes. But it is extremely difficult to come back in the rap game. Especially because it's so top-heavy. There's not a lot of, it's like, Drake, Kendrick, Future, J. Cole, and then there's a Cardi. I put Cardi up there, too.
Travis Scott?
Yes, Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott, too.
I'm not even a Travis Scott fan, but that was,
Travis actually a top 3 artist for me. I love Travis. I think he's got some of the best work out there. But, and then there's a tier below that. It's not as mainstream as pop is, and that really hurts your chances of coming back. But I hope so. I hope so. So, Yeah. So you named your favorite album. So what's your favorite song?
On the album or just of all
Of
time?
all time.
There's so many good songs that for me to rank them, it has to kind of come to like what it means to me personally. You know what I mean? Like when I first heard the song, like what it did for me, how it influenced me, how it like maybe introduced me to an artist.
Yeah, it also doesn't have to be rap either. It could be any genre.
Oh, it's rap.
Okay.
Oh, actually, maybe not. Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a Queen fan.
I'm not. But educate me.
But let me put you on.
Okay.
Queen, I don't like really like be listening to like bands.
Yeah.
But Queen's the exception to that rule. I loved Queen when I was like a little kid. Do you know who Freddie Mercury is?
I should.
He's a pretty famous guy. He was the like lead singer for Queen. He had like cool hair. He was like a cool guy. I dressed up as him for Halloween when I was little. And Bohemian Rhapsody is like their biggest song, kind of.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
It was my favorite because it was like, that's when I heard that song, I was like, oh mom, like who made this song? And that's kind of what got me into that band. Okay. So that's like the reason. That
so Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. I'll actually I'm gonna pick "Life Is a Highway" by Rascal Flatts. I'm gonna pick that because Cars is. I love that movie, man. I love that movie. I watch it. I still sometimes watch it, like if I'm like doing homework or like before like a meet or whatever, just to get hype. And just unparalleled. That movie, like for me, nothing comes close to it. Maybe Cars 2.
Weren't you saying that Planes was a better movie than Cars?
Yeah.
You coming with some stupid take like Planes?
No. Okay. All right. No, my personal favorite movie of all time is Planes, but I do have to say the best, like my favorite, like just straight up, like writing, like plot and introduction of characters. Cars is better, just because of how iconic it is. But for me, I'd rather watch Planes than Cars slightly. But my favorite song of all time comes from Cars. Life is a Highway. When McQueen and Mac are going down the highway to California for the Piston Cup tiebreaker. Yeah.
You know, like in kitchen, they have like islands.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, help me in my house. My mom used to just play that Life is a Highway song when I was little, and I would run around the island on the kitchen pretending I was like racing the different cars. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sweet.
You took me back to my childhood there for a second.
Yeah. So what's your favorite movie? Because I have a sense Cars is pretty high up on the list.
Movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even. The other two I had to like think and consider and think of different options.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is Good Burger. I don't know if you've ever seen Good Burger. It's not like a big movie. It has, Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah.
It has him, and I can run you through the plot basically. So Kenan Thompson is a high schooler. He's a high school senior, and he's either a senior or a junior. He's going into summer break, right? Mm-hmm. He's not a good student or anything. He's like really excited for summer break. Yeah. He's planning on just laying back, chilling. Mm-hmm. But he hits on the way out. His mom isn't in town, and she has a really nice car. So he's driving around the car, and he hits his teacher's car. And his teacher's like, "I'm gonna call the cops on you, man. You don't have like insurance. You're not supposed to be driving." He's like, "I'll pay you back for it by the end of the summer." Mm-hmm. So he had all these great plans of chilling for the summer. Instead, he's got to work at this like burger shop, or burger. What do you call it? Fast food.
Yeah, I mean, Burger King or
Burger. Yeah, like that. And that place is called Good Burger. And one of the employees in Good Burger, his name is Ed, and he's like the funniest, the best like comedian, the funniest lines I've ever seen in a movie come from this guy Ed. And then they have all these kind of adventures. There's another burger like thing that they take down. They get sent to an insane asylum at one point. It's such a hype movie. So that's my favorite movie, and like it's like a tier above any other movie that I watch.
Okay.
But what about you?
Planes.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna like stray away from who I am, and who I am as a Planes fan. I can't even. I don't even know what it is about it. I just love seeing planes being brought to life and competing in a race. And Dusty Crockhopper, probably my favorite character of all time. And there's actually a planned sequel, by the way. You mentioned how it wasn't like the first movie you ever saw in theaters.
It was. It was the first movie. And, I was pretty young, so I actually don't remember much. I ate a lot of popcorn, and I know I enjoyed the movie. But, for how much you've been glazing it, I've been considering rewatching it.
You should.
If you would recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000,000%. I mean, I still rewatch it at least once, twice a month. I can't get enough of it, and I'll just say the sequel, Planes, Fire, and Rescue, was the first movie I ever saw in theaters, and it was not quite as good as the original, but almost as good. And Dusty Crockhopper becomes a firefighter, if you can believe that. So yeah, I mean, there's not really any descriptive words I can tell you about this movie. The best I can do is just tell you to watch it, because maybe someone out there will see what I see in it. Or maybe no one will. Maybe I'm one of one, but maybe someone will. So I think we're about to wrap up here for our special episode. But I just wanted to hand the mic back to you. And do you have any final comments about your music or anything you wanted to say to the audience?
I had one more thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to fit this in, so I thought I'd just put it out there. Okay. And I can get your take on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt like the worst part of my album, my first album, great album, the worst part of it was there wasn't enough of a theme. Okay. There wasn't enough of a focus on some aspect of me. Okay. So I just want to say to all my fans, maybe that wasn't a concern of y'all's, but my music in the future, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, thematically wise. It could be a variety. I'm not going to leak anything, what themes that I've been considering, but you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow. That just adds another aspect to your introspective reflection as part of this podcast. I mean, I did not expect you to reflect on that. But I mean, I agree with you. I for a debut album, and for you especially, I was not expecting there to be a theme. I wasn't expecting it, and I'm sure no one else was either. So beating yourself up about not having a theme, I think you should just calm down about it. You don't need to stress about it. But I also do think that constructive criticism aspect, always trying to be better. Like you mentioned earlier, right? You always want to make your sound better, evolution. Mm-hmm. And I respect that. I respect that you noticed that you wanted a theme like a professional artist, right? And you're dead serious about this. So I think that's props to you for that. So I do agree with you. Maybe next time there could be a theme, and whatever song you have me hop on, I can definitely add to that theme.
Add to it, yeah. Hey man, thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man. I know you've been wanting to get on the show for a while. I'm glad we could finally make it happen. Hopefully we can get the video and audio out soon on Instagram. We're going to be on Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all those. So follow us, subscribe. You know the drill. And this has been Game Time with Jack. Josh cannot be here, but he will be next time. Special guest, Anderson Campello. We will see you guys next time.
Thank you.